In Lesson 6.5, we're going to close the topic by looking at translations of exponential functions. So we've learned that you can have exponential functions that increase, that exponential growth, or we can have ones that decrease. And now instead of just looking at the basic exponential function, we can apply some features that will translate or move the graph. So your basic idea here is when you have a graph, they say on example 1, you want to graph 2 to the x plus 3, 2 to the x minus 3, and 2 to the x. So I did that here with Desmos. I graphed them all and they're color-coded. 2 to the x is just what we graphed back in lesson 6.2. It's our red one. Look where 2 to the x plus 3 is, the blue one. It doesn't just have a y-intercept of 1. It's now moved up 3 units. That shouldn't be surprising when you see this plus 3. The 2 to the x minus 3 exponential function is down here at negative 3. It is, or negative 2 rather. It's moved down 3 units. So the simple idea of this is that if you have a plus k out here, it will be a vertical translation. That means up and down. Vertical is up and down. And if k is positive, the graph will move up. If it's negative, the graph will move down. Now, if a graph can move up and down, it can move left and right as well. That translation will come from the power of the exponent. So to keep things short here, this value, if there's ever a value that goes with your x in the exponent, this will be your horizontal translation. Now remember that horizontal means left and right. So that will move this way. This k value would be your vertical translation that we just discussed. That will move it up and down. So let's say, one little tricky thing I must say though, is if you had, let's say you had 2 to the x plus 7, that's going to move it up 7. Your original function 2 to the x will go up 7. Of course, if you had 2 to the x minus 5, it will go down 5. So the plus 7 means up and the minus 5 means down. When it comes to your exponent, let's say you had 2 to the x minus 3 up here. You might say, well, minus 3, we know it's going to horizontally move with this 3. The minus 3 actually moves it, instead of going left 3, it's going to move it to the right 3. And you could graph that to check. Let's say you had 2 to the x plus 8. It's actually, instead of moving plus 8 or right 8, it's going to move left 8. You can do combinations of movements. So if I gave you something that said I want to go a function of 4 to the x minus 2 plus 5, it would be your original 4 to the x function, exponential function, moved up 5 and right 2. That's how our basic discussions on exponential function translations.